Hi guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com with another quick weekly news recap of all major MMO news, and announcements the week ending August 20th, 2018. This is episode number 161 of the recap, and the first bit of news this week comes from Nexon regarding MapleStory 2. While we still don't know when MapleStory 2 is releasing, Nexon did announce that they're going to be officially announcing the game's release date tomorrow on August 21st. So tomorrow we'll find out when the game is actually going to be released. And besides that, Nexon is also going to discuss the future content schedule for the title, so we'll know what to expect the next big update and whatnot. Oh, and if you wanted to buy a Founders Pack, they're also back on sale again, and they start at $25. I played both the betas and I'm excited for this one. Hopefully when they announce the release date, it's not too far off. Next up, the free-to-play action anime MMORPG Closers from Inmass is releasing the new character Wolfgang with their August 28th update. Wolfgang is a powerful spellcaster that can summon spirits and weapons to defeat their enemies. And besides Wolfgang, players can also expect Soma and Luna Aegis to launch later this year, as previously unveiled in the Closers 2018 roadmap. Closers is an instance dungeon persistent hub style MMORPG, similar to games like Soul Worker and Dungeon Fighter Online. It's available on Steam and averages about 720 or so players online at any given time on the platform. Up next, Wildbuster relaunched as Champions of Titan this last week and is currently in open beta for the next few weeks, with a final release date coming later this year. This one was originally a buy-to-play game and as such didn't do very well. Now it's available as a free-to-play game through IDT Games and is currently available on Steam. While there won't be any more wide character wipes, open beta will end in a few weeks. The game mixes MOBA and MMORPG elements together and has an isometric camera. I played the first version of the game and it definitely wasn't worth buying, but as a free-to-play game it definitely has a better chance. Next up, Mu Online is launching its Season 13 Part 1 update tomorrow on August 21st. Mu Online is an oldie as it released back in 2004, but it's still quite popular. The latest update introduced a new map called the Swamp of Darkness, as well as a new mastery weapons and an increased level cap to 920. It is also hosting a bunch of in-game events to celebrate the update. If you never played this one, it's probably going to be difficult to get into it today, but despite its age, it's still wildly popular on both official servers and countless private servers that exist for it. Think like a Diablo 2 style game, but with more persistent MMORPG elements. Next, the free-to-play tactical shooter Warface is launching on the PS4 on September 18th with early access already underway. The game has been available on Steam and on the PC since 2014, so it's not exactly a new game, but it's the first time Warface will be available on consoles. The Xbox One version is set to launch later this year as well, and to play today I do believe you do have a Founders Pack, but if you wait until September 18th, you'll be able to play for free. The PC version of the game is also quite popular. It averages about 3,700 or so players online at any given time, so I expect the console versions to do pretty well. And moving right along, some industry news from NCSoft. The South Korean gaming giant reported their Q2 2018 earnings this week, and it pretty much showed an across-the-board decline in every major game except for Lineage 1, which saw a big increase. Mobile games once again made up the bulk of NCSoft's revenue, bringing in a total of $185 million, which is more than every other major NCSoft game combined. While mobile games are still booming, NCSoft is working on a major PC MMORPG related to the Aeon universe, and I'm excited to learn more about it. But unfortunately, there isn't much to learn about it just yet. I'm sure we'll learn more about it at G-Star, which is in November, and that's a big gaming convention for basically all the big Korean companies, and we'll get a lot of big announcements over there. Next up, we have another earnings report to talk about. This time it's Square Enix, and they also reported earnings this week that are pretty much down across the board. MMO games, console games, and mobile games were all down across the board. MMO game revenue was down almost a full 30% from last year and almost 10% quarter-over-quarter to their lowest levels in over a year. And I suspect the next quarter will be even worse with the launch of World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth taking some players away. But once Final Fantasy XIV's next expansion launches, they should pick up. Just to give you guys some context, that 6.3 billion yen in total MMO revenue is about 57 million in US, which is still a good chunk of change. Next, a small update for ArcheAge's Fresh Start servers. Raid Part 2 is now live, and with it comes the new Reed Wind Zone, as well as the new PvE raid Thunderwing Titan. ArcheAge's Fresh Start progression servers are servers that start off with the base version of the game and slowly reintroduce content to allow players to experience the game as it was from the start. The good thing about the Fresh Start servers in ArcheAge is they're available to everyone for free, whereas games like Rift and EverQuest charge money to access them. I love the idea, and I like that this one is free. Next up, Diablo 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch and will be priced at $60 and include a handful of exclusives like the Ganondorf armor set and Kuko companion pet. This is interesting because it's the first collaboration between Nintendo and Blizzard in 15 years. The game will also run at 60 FPS, but unfortunately will not support cross-platform play, at least for now. Keep in mind that this isn't the only big Diablo 3 news we're going to get this year. Blizzard has been working on, quote, multiple Diablo 3 projects, and this is just the first announcement. Expect big news at this year's BlizzCon. I expect we'll get a new expansion or a big new DLC for Diablo 3, but we'll have to wait and see. Next, Jagex, makers of RuneScape, are getting into the game publishing business. Jagex hopes to partner with devs to help launch their games and support them with their years of experience. Looks like Jagex is trying to diversify their revenue stream away from RuneScape, but anyone who's followed this company should be a bit skeptical, as Jagex tried to publish games back in the past and it never really worked out. Remember that weird browser-based pay-to-win strategy game they used to publish? I do, and it didn't really go too well. Hopefully we'll see better results this time. Personally, I'd rather see them just focus on RuneScape, as it's always been their bread and butter. In fact, they just recently hit a big milestone of $1 billion in revenue over their lifetime, which is, again, a pretty impressive milestone. But yeah, I expect other games to be under the Jagex umbrella that isn't directly developed by Jagex themselves in the coming quarters and years. Next and last bit of news this week comes from Intrepid Studios regarding Ashes of Creation. And while I remain skeptical about this game, they did show off a new trailer showing off combat and announced that Alpha 1 will start next month and will run for about 7 months and cover open world, battlegrounds, castle sieges, and other goodies. While the gameplay trailer looks interesting, until I get my own hands on and try it, I'll remain skeptical. But it does look really cool in the background. The action combat over here looks pretty intense. But yeah, I am eager to at least give it a try. Anyway, guys, that's it for MMO News this week. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the podcast. Later, guys.